right, the first technique we will be doing is acrylic washes with water. As the name implies, you use water to water down your paint. Now, when you make a wash, the object of it is to cover a large area quickly and with even color. So you're going to want to use a large paintbrush for this. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some water onto my paint tray into one of these little holes. And I'm going to dip my brush just in some of the purple color here and then mix it in with the water, making a real watered down paint. All right, once I have it mixed up pretty good, now you can control the color, how deep the color will be by how much paint you add. The more paint you add, the more bold the color will be. So I'm gonna go just a little bit of paint, did a couple dabs in there, and I'm gonna try it out and see what happens here. I'm gonna pull my brush across here, and it's almost like a watercolor. I'm noticing that it blends really well together, creating that like nice even area. It's a little bit, I notice it's a little bit lighter than if I were to paint with just acrylic paint. And again, you could control how much color you have by how much paint you add to your water. So if I wanted this to be darker, I could add more. Here, let's try it with more water here. I'm going to just see kind of what happens. So I got just water in here. Just gonna put my brush in there with what paint is on there. And I'm gonna try to see what happens. I'm noticing that's a little bit lighter, but it still blends pretty well. This whole area is kind of wet. It reminds me a lot of watercolor. So you could use this technique if you wanted to paint like a large area, like a background. It's also kind of transparent, so if I had something underneath it, you would be able to see through the paint. It wouldn't cover it up completely. So it wouldn't be like a good method to use if you made a mistake and you wanted to cover it up and fix it. It would be more for if you wanted to see what's through the bottom layer. All right, your turn to experiment.